Hi everyone, my name is Rodney Smith. I'm here with Board Game Geek at SPIEL 2018, and I'm also here with Eric Martin, who's presenting on behalf of Aliyah, Carpe Diem.
Yes, so Carpe Diem is a new Stefan Feld game that debuted mid-October 2018. It'll be out debuting in the US at BGG-Con in November. It's a 2 to 4 player game by Stefan Feld. It is extremely Feldian.
Oh yeah?
So if you're a fan of Stefan Feld, you're going to Feld your mind out here.
Lots of points and lots of ways to Feld them. Okay.
So the representation of the game is you have a period of 4 weeks in which you are going to build up your lands. Right. You are going to be drafting tiles and placing them on your board turn by turn over the days, and at the end of each week you have a scoring period where you try to collect points. You'll be scoring for additional things at the end of the game in various categories, and we'll get to a representation of that.
Yeah.
The main focus for the turn is you have this layout of tiles. You start with 4 tiles and 4 spaces, no matter the player count. And each turn, so I'm the start player, I've got this marker here, I start with 8 points. Each player starts with 9 and 13, or the 3-player game. Because, as a Stefan Feld game, you must have points to lose, right?
Of course.
You can't just, you know,
you'll be spending some of these along the way.
Like half the time, right? There has to be a pothole for you to fall in. So on a turn, you are going to take your figure and you must go along 2 of these lines here, and you're going to one of these 2 spaces.
Okay. In
order to draft one of the tiles and place it on your board. So I go along here, I may take this tile, and the first tile that you place must go on the spot you have with a shovel.
Okay.
Okay, which we have a little glare here in the spotlight, but you can still see.
Sure.
So, next players go, they're going to move along and take something.
Right, and I come along here and I really want this one.
You have no reason why you're doing that, but sure.
Like most games?
like most games. Well, it's a learning game,
let
us say. So I'll take something else, and you must place the next tile you get adjacent to what you already have. And in this case, I'm going to extend my villa.
Right.
Okay. And we have other tiles. So they go along here, maybe this one goes over here. I go back, maybe I take a fountain.
Right.
A fountain is one of 3 types of single square tiles that don't have to be connected together. I still have to place it adjacent to something. Right. And I get to look at the top 2 cards of the fountain deck for some endgame scoring, where I'm going to choose one of these that I think I can score. Of course, at the beginning of the game, now I'm trying to collect or build this object, and the other one goes back.
This is some kind of shape or something? Or?
It's one of the configurations that you're going to build on the board.
Okay.
So as you build buildings on the board, you are going to get some immediate benefit. With the fountain, I get to draw the card, and then I'll have some in-game scoring from 0 to whatever I make it.
Right.
Okay. So there's some luck of the draw at the end of the game. If I have built up 4 bakeries, for example, and maybe I'll draw in and get a bakery card.
Right.
So I can dig for that. Right. It's a little gambling element, which some of his games have. You are going to continue building different things. I will just demonstrate some of the shapes here, such as you can have...
It's a little garden or something?
It's a little garden, so you would collect a leaf. Okay. Here we have a grape patch. So if you complete this, you take the number of tiles in it and subtract 1. So I'd actually get 2 grapes for the larger grape field.
Right, right.
Yes. With the gray area, I forget what this is called, but we will move to spaces on this track. And this track is important for 2 reasons. Number 1, at the end of the game, you will score points for that.
Right.
Second reason, it's also important, is you will choose first during the scoring round where you are going to score 2 of these cards on the side. So we're going to continue drafting tiles. Each time I place a tile down, maybe I end up getting this, maybe I get this one here, where I remove one of these tokens, and each time I remove one of these tokens from the board, I advance as well. So you've got particular reasons to place on here, in addition to completing buildings, in addition to advancing on this track, there are also endgame bonuses related to the outside of the board.
Okay, right.
Okay? So,
and each colored building gives you something as well, like the yellow gives you coins or something?
I complete this gold track, and I take all of the resources that I've collected so far, and I hand them into the bank, and I get that many coins plus 1. Coins are good because they can represent any type of ware. Right?
Okay.
I don't have any grapes, but Rodney, I've got money.
Yes,
right?
I'll take your money.
Money is good. Right, so I end up with 1 more than that, so I get a joker to fulfill something later on.
So there might be a little bit of a timing thing, because you might want to do the yellow building after you've collected a bunch of resources.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
If you collect it with no resources, I just get a coin.
Right, okay.
I get a coin. That's something.
It's something.
Okay, it's not ideal. If you complete one of the green squares here, then you get to take one of the tiles off the bottom row.
Right.
Okay, so I get to dig for something. These are inaccessible otherwise, except if you complete one of these spaces.
All right.
Okay, and all of these at the bottom and in the final round of the game only have one side filled with a type of building.
They're like an end cap
whereas
or something,
some of the ones in the first 3 rounds will have buildings on 2 sides, or it'll be an L.
Yep.
And something that's a bit more complicated to fit in your grid and to complete.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
But these will let you finish. Okay. After we finish taking our 7 tiles, which I did here.
Yeah.
Actually, I took way more tiles with all
you
sorts
did a
of
good
other
job.
things on the side here.
We'll allow it.
Yes. We have a scoring round. And based on the order here, we are going to take one of our discs and we place it between 2 cards.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So in this case here, I'm saying that if I have 3 chimneys,
Yes.
which I have 5 actually,
Oh, right.
I get 4 points. If I had 6 chimneys, I would get 8 points. So every time you can do that multiplier, you
gotcha.
get that many points.
And you get these right now?
You get them immediately
Okay.
in the form of
cards.
victory point cards that
Okay.
sit in front of you. Down here, if I had these 3 wares or money, I would hand them in and I would get 5 points. And again, you can do that as many times as you want.
So when you're looking at this, you're saying, what's next? Because you'd like to get 2 cards at
yes,
once.
you must do 2 cards. Now, technically, I do not have these coins and these wares because I was assembling on the side. They are not on the 7 tiles of my board.
Right, okay,
So
okay,
technically,
okay.
I only get the 4 points for the chimney.
Yeah.
If you fail to satisfy one of your scoring cards, you lose 4 points. It's not, you don't get 0, you lose 4 points.
So it's not enough just to go there and go, I'm going to block this because I know you're just going to score it. Because if you do, you're taking a penalty.
Yes.
So is it worth that penalty
Right,
to stop somebody
ideally
else?
I would be able to score that, but
Right.
I have nothing else among the 7 tiles that I've collected.
Okay.
Oh, actually, wait a minute.
What?
What is
it, Eric?
I did complete a gold building.
You did.
So I would have 1 coin.
Yes.
And I can instead place over here between the leaf, and this coin can count as a leaf.
As a leaf, I see, okay,
So,
okay.
whew, instead of losing 4, I get 1.
I wanted leaves, but you paid me money, and I said, great.
That's right, I can buy my own leaves.
Okay.
I don't need
That's
you.
right.
Okay. So each of us is going to score. You want to be high up in this track so that you can go first.
Yeah.
Because there are exactly 1 more space on this layout than 4 times the number of players.
Okay,
Because
okay.
each round, you're going to choose one of those. So if we have 3 players, that's 12, and there's
Right.
13 spots there.
Gotcha,
So
okay.
competition gets tight, and once something is taken, it's gone.
Right,
Now,
right.
of course, these chimneys I can score possibly again on other locations.
Yeah, if someone went here, then they would have the
Yes.
opportunity to score as well. Okay.
I played a 2-player game last night with John, who's producing right now.
Yes.
7 of the 8 cards dealt with chickens. So chickens were just
So-
high demand chickens.
Who was the chicken lord?
John was the chicken
John was
lord.
the chicken
he
lord,
just
okay.
he dominated those chicken coops.
Okay.
And I just was losing points left and right. At the end of the 3rd round, I had 0 points. So that
Well, you weren't in the negative, and you could have been in the
negative. No, you
can't,
well,
'cause
you can't go negative.
Right.
There's a floor of failure that
You had less
can
than you
achieve.
started with, though.
Yes. So let's go to the end game.
Okay.
So you go 4 rounds. After you finish the round, you
Yes.
refill those 28 tiles.
Okay.
So I should back up a step. In a 2-player game, when there's only 2 tiles left in a space, you throw away the other tiles. So
Right.
that's good. Yeah, that's sort of exclusion as well. I can deny you things. But
Right.
3 players, when there's only 1 tile left, I throw away that 1 tile.
Gotcha.
So with 4 players, you go until everyone gets stuff. So when you finish the game, everyone to zoom in here, you're going to score. You have the points that you've collected during the game, possibly.
Yes.
Maybe you'll get nothing,
Right.
like some people. But you will have some end-game scoring. So for whatever resources you have left, each of those convert on a 2-to-1 basis for points.
All right.
So this is worth 2 points.
Yep.
Okay. However far I've gotten along this track, I score that many points. So 0
Okay.
to 20.
Yep.
Okay. Whatever fountain cards I have.
Oh, right,
I look
those
at my,
ones that you
my
had
fountain
secretly
board
hidden.
here. Oh, this is an illegal build over here with my demonstration efforts on the side.
Here, no, here. It probably just shifted because that's legal, right?
That is totally illegal.
There we go.
Yes, that's right.
You're
It did
teaching me
shift-
well. Okay.
It did shift when I put down the card.
So you've completed a couple of.
I have 2 lakes, so
Lakes.
that's 4 points.
Right.
I have
You're
2
doing
great
here.
buildings.
Oh, 2,
That's
yes.
another 4.
You're doing
okay.
great.
So I got 8 on that. In addition, you look at the completed villas.
Right.
So during the game, you can score for chimneys regardless of whether it's complete or not. But at the end of the game, you must complete your villas. You count how many chimneys are in each one. This has only
Yeah,
2,
two.
and that's 2 points.
Okay.
This one has 8, And so that's 15 points.
Right.
All right.
The more
so 17 points for
exponentially gets
Chile.
better.
Yeah. I guess I'm hosting more people. I have a big family. Everyone's coming over. Okay. Final scoring is with the locations around your grid. You're going to look down the line where it's drawn here.
Oh, I see.
And
It goes right between them.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
If this goes through a villa that is complete, then I score 3 points.
Ding.
So I get 3 here, 5 for the chicken coop, another 3. This one didn't do anything. Nothing. 4. Nothing. 5.
You did pretty good.
So you add all that up.
Yes.
In addition to the fountain cards, where you are on the track,
Right.
leftover goods, the completed villas, any points you've scored during the game.
Who was this by again?
Stefan Feld.
Oh, right. Of course it was.
And that is your
So many
score.
points. Okay.
So it's a lot of stuff to consider. It has some random elements where you're drawing from the cards, and of course that happens in a number of his games where sometimes you can luck into things, but of course you have to hope. Sometimes you get nothing.
How long does it take to play this one, would you say?
I think we played a 2-player game in perhaps 45 minutes. That was immediately after a 3-player game, which is an introductory learning game. Took a bit longer, possibly an hour and a half for that introductory game. And
as you say, it's available.
It's available now. French, German, and English rules. There you go.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Eric, for telling us all about Carpe Diem.
You're welcome.